Yes. Ball comes in, good pick from Titosi. Ball goes to Emma Kato. That's a wonderful attack, but that ball is just gone very, very wide. And you can see he had gotten advantage, he had taken advantage of that block there, but that ball just goes out and he's a little bit unlucky. Service again. This time again, Chitosi. But ball goes, the setter chooses to go to Fairuz there. But it's another attacking error. And so far, Ndejje has had about 4 attack errors. 4 attack errors from their players. And I think the setter needs to settle down and find someone to get those points for him. Oh, good play. Miscommunication there from the spotters side. Rare miscommunication. They didn't know who should take that ball, and it just lands there. And of course, the libero tried to make an effort. It was a ball coming back. I think maybe they didn't move. They moved to the positions a little bit too quickly. Service there from Ndejje. Spotters is still struggling with the reception, and you can see that the sets are not really quite there yet. Again, free ball almost on the other side, and that causes an error on Moses on the net touch there from Moses. That is an error from Ojangole, the libero, sending that ball over. And I think again, the reception is still not coming to Spotters very well. But Duke is able to force a touch there on Fairuz. Ball was going out, but it just catches him on its way out, and of course Spotters gets themselves back in the game. But you can see Spotters is struggling with the reception, and we saw that as well when they played against Nemo Stars some days back. So we see the catch is not yet as it should be to get the middles going. But you can see on Ndejje's side, the reception is quite good. Good attack there from Chitosi. Good play there from the setter, getting those guys in the middle to jump with him and leaving Chitosi with just one block. And there was a net touch there from Moses as well. Good pick there from Duke. Ball goes to Emma, and he gets that point. And if you look at the technique of Emma Okia, is that middle that goes very high and deep in the corners. So it makes it very difficult to block against him. And of course, you get that point. Adupa just isn't able to find it on time. You see that Sam is on the front court now for the Spotters side. And we know that he's their number 1 go-to middle player. So let's see what he can do. Service there from Emma Okia. Again, good pick from Chitosi. This time ball goes to Fairuz, and he gets that point off of the hands of the setter on the Spotters side. Good read from the setter, Ndejje, John Joel, to be able to actually read the game and know that the setter is blocking there and just sending all those balls there. Service from Adupa. A wonderful service. Wonderful service there from him. Oh my God, it just came in so quickly that even Duke was seriously caught off guard on it. Take a look at that service. Very good service. And that's an ace for Ndejje. And they really enjoyed that one. Time it's a good pick, and Sam comes in very hot and is able to get that point and take the server out. Of course, now Spotters is having the advantage of 3 attackers on the front court, with Daniel Goom also getting on. We saw Daniel Goom playing a very, very wonderful game against Nemo Stars. He's a fighter, and we want to see what he can do here. Good pick. This time Alan just shuts that down as quickly as possible, and he's able to again push Scottish further and further away. It's a wonderful set. The blocker, Martin, was just committed on Sam in the middle there, and ball just went to Alan, and he gets that point. Again, service from Moses. This time, Chitos doesn't pass that quite well. Ball goes to Emma Kato. Good touch of Sam on the block there. And again, Sam comes to take that ball, but it's well covered, well defended. But that's a block there from Daniel, and that is what Daniel is here for. He's here to make that block. But Ndejje is calling the first time out of this game and their first time out, because we see the scores have just moved so far away from them. But as we can see, Ndejje is actually receiving quite well. I think the attackers are just not executing yet as they should. And then, of course, we see Spotters is struggling a little bit with reception as well. And yes, the middles are moving, but the catch is not yet on the standard. The setter sometimes has to just force those sets there to get his attackers scoring. So they need to be able to get that reception working. And back from the timeout, and there's an error again from Ndejje. The service is coming in hot from Moses there. And I think at the moment on the Spotters side, he is that server that is just making it a little bit difficult for the Ndejje side. But the service is coming in and the pressure is on the Ndejje side. Again, you can see this time Martin tries to get, Martin gets that ball and through the middle and is able to give Ndejje the side out. And of course, they are 5 points behind and they need to push and see how to catch up as quickly as possible when the game is still quite young. This time it's a good catch there from Ojangole, but almost a little bit of an overpass. Another error from Spotters trying to block that ball that is coming sort of like a free ball. That was from Daniel this time, and he just misses it and it catches Sam. And it's an error there from the setter as well. Moses, miscommunication, or the connection just doesn't work in that moment with Sam. And you can see the frustration from that side. But it's a good service coming in from the side of Ndejje to actually force those guys to not leave the middles going. And it's another error from Spotters. It was a 5-point lead, but you see Ndejje has closed it up to just 2 points. This time Daniel is able to catch just a little bit of the corner there, and he gets that point. Good effort and good attack there from him. But I will tell you, the service pressure is coming in from Ndejje. They are playing there again. They are serving hard and trying to cut out the middle on the side of Spotters. This time it's Marvin again, and he gets that point. Good play there. The setter has now seen that he has to get the middles going. Again, Ndejje tries to close that gap again, and they are back to 2 points behind. They're trying to catch up. It's a good catch there from Alan. Ball goes to Daniel, and it's still kept alive. Free ball for Spotters. Is it Sam going? No. It's Daniel again, but that's an error and that ball just goes out. We are seeing so many errors coming in from the Spotters side. Several errors, attack errors, setting errors. they are not even playing well on the free ball. There's just so many errors, and they've lost that 5-point lead that they've been having. And this time, Duke just gets high off the hands of Emma Kato there. He's left with one block, and he just decides to go very hard on it. And Spotters are back to that 2-point lead. But I remind you, it was a 5-point gap, and Ndejje has tried to push and close it up. But the Ndejje side doesn't seem to be very satisfied with that call from the referee. He's calling a double touch there, but they don't seem to be satisfied. Let's see. Yes, he's calling a double touch on the setter there. And he maintains his decision despite the dissatisfaction from the side there. And Sam again back in service. He's going after Chitosi. The free ball again. Alan takes it. And ball goes to Duke. And does he catch the hands? Yes, he catches them just a little bit there. And again, Spotters has pushed this game back to a 4-point lead. And Sam is also one of those crucial servers on the Spotters side. So when he's in that service box, he also serves quite a little bit hard. He puts that service pressure there. But of course, the libero for Ndejje just picks that up quite easily. That is happy. But there's an error there from Martin, and he seems to be requesting for more height on the ball. I think that is a connection between him and the setter. Service from Sam again. Happy struggles a little bit on this one. And there's a net touch there from Daniel and Emma. Good pick from Ojangole, just a little easy there. And Duke just shows why he is here today, for business, and he's able to just shut that down. But he's getting one block out there. That means the Ndejje blockers are really, really committing on the middles, because they know that when that catch is there, the middle is going to jump. And the setter for Spotters also knows it. And you can see that he is just sending those balls outside. And of course, Adupa going up against Emma Okia, he knows he needs to get high hands up on that ball because he's attacking very hard. Service error from Daniel. It's a late game, really. We have gotten into the crucial point, and we see Jonathan is coming on. Let's take a look again. That ball was definitely out. Good pick from Ojangole. Ball goes to Emma, and there's a block touch there, but it's a block out. Good effort from the Ndejje side to try and make that touch. Because like I mentioned, Emma Okia is that attacker that goes very high on the hands and attacks very deep. So most times when there's a block touch there, definitely it's going to be a block out. And we can see there on that replay. It's another service error from the Spotters side. 2 consecutive service errors there. And of course, like I mentioned, they are 4 points ahead, but it's late game, late points, so they need to be able to see how to get rid of those errors. It's a good pick there. Setter sets up Emokia. I think there was some little bit of misconnection there, but Okia is quick enough to get that ball and just have a swing on it. Ndejje is making great effort here. but they now have to call a timeout, their second timeout, because the point lead has just continued to enlarge in favor of Spotters. And I think, of course, the setter has to be able to connect with his middles on the Ndejje sides to get them going, to also commit the Spotters middles there so that he can get his outside attackers hitting. I've not yet seen Emma Kato coming in hard. I don't know, maybe he's waiting for the game to mature and later on, and maybe he will come in hard, but I've not yet seen him play. I've seen Chitosi, I've seen Fairuz, but I've not yet seen Emma Kato. And of course, playing in the opposite, on the right side, which would be his strongest side as a left-handed player, surely we should be able to see him coming in. But you can see that service pressure coming in from Emma, and it's a free ball. Good pick there, and ball goes to Sam. But the connection is still not quite there with the setter for this evening. Spotters is just looking for two to go away with this set. But that's a good pick there from Happy. And that is what I am talking about. Get the middles going on the Ndejje side, and they're able to get that point. Substitution coming in for Ndejje. Martin is back on. Adupa. Alan is able to just pick that easily. And finally, the connection we've been waiting for is there. And Moses just connects quickly with Sam, and he's able to shut that ball down. But credit to Adupa, really. He's one of those servers on the Ndejje side that is really coming in hard, serving hard, risking it to make it difficult for the Spotters side. I think we could see that Alan jumped twice there. I think he thought that ball would go to the middle, and he jumped there and was late for the ball, for the backcourt. Made a touch, but that's a block out. And good play there from Emma Kato. It's a set point for Spotters. And it is Alan that just takes that away. And that is it for this first set. Spotters just takes it quickly and away from Ndejje, but good play on Ndejje side. They've got those services coming in. They're making it very difficult, as we saw at the start. But of course, the blockers and the attacks coming in from the Spotters side, it's just a little bit too much there. But I think Ndejje could play better in the next sets, the way I see it. But I think the Spotters has just not had the very best start, but they've tried to sort it out towards the end there, and they managed to go away with this set. But Ndejje is pushing as well, so let's wait and see what differences are going to be there in the second set. And we are back here for set 2, and I could tell you there are no differences, that there are no new changes that have been made on the Ndejje side. We can see the players are still the same. They've started with their same lineup, and spotters as well have just made one difference. Daniel is off, and we are having Jonathan Tumkunde. But I tell you, the go-to players of today are just going to be other people. Good effort there, good defense. Sam is blocked, but Spotters is able to keep it alive, and they make that block as well. Chitosi comes in off the back court, and he gets that point. Good play there from him. Good idea to just have a swing on that ball and go hard. Take a look at that play. He jumps very high and just swings so hard on it. There's just a little too much there for Duke to keep it in play. Good start. Again, good catch. And ball goes to Jonathan. It's his first swing of this evening, and he's able to get that point. Service coming in from Moses there. Good pick from Chitosi. Quick attack there from Martin. Very impressive play there from him. That is how you play. You get the middles moving. Good catch. Get your middles playing and commit them there. And I think the libero could have been able to pick that one. Good pick from Duke. Ball goes to Jonathan, and there's a good defense there from Ndejje's side. And now Chitosi comes in high off the hand, and he gets that point. Service again from Ndejje. This time Alan is able to pick that, and Sam just wants to make a statement with that attack. Good swing there from him, and good read on the block as well. You can see, you saw that the blocker went on the side of 5 and chooses to just swing that ball to position 1. Alan is serving for Spotters. We saw Alan struggled a little bit with service against Nemo Stars. Maybe he might fix that this game, and yes, he does. But that's a good pick there from Haki. One man block there, and Jonathan just brings Chitosi down. Very good play there from him. Good commitment. And you can see when the middle start going, Sam committed on the middle there and did make it outside, but Jonathan just brings that down. Good attack, but a good defense there from Ojangole. It's a free ball back on the net. And this time ball goes through the middle, but Moses is unable to keep it in place. I think that was going out. Let's take a look again. Yes, that ball seemed to be going out, but Moses was just caught in the way of that. Ndejje is actually leading this set as we speak. Service from Martin. Ball goes to Jonathan, and he gets that point again. I think Jonathan is really stepping up in this game. With he's playing his position that we've seen him play all these years, and of course he struggled a little bit to play as a receiver attacker when Spotters played against Nemo Stars. But today he's playing as an opposite, and he seems to be having quite a good evening on that side. Service from Sam. A little too much on it. And good play there from Emma Kato. Emma Pia is unable to just stop it on the net there. From Emma to Emma. Now this Hojangole just gets that one. Emokia just comes in hard as well and shuts that one down and gives Spotters the side out. Jonathan going in to serve. And of course, we shall be having the setter on the front court for both sides. Of course, he's not choosing to go for his usual jump service. Blocked, sat down. Good block from John Joel there. He watches that ball, turns in and just blocks Emma Okia. And I think Emma didn't really quite expect that one. Take a look at that play from the setter. Good play from John Joel. The first Ndejje has 6 points and Spotters has 5. This time Emma Okia just makes that statement and sends that ball hard. Service there from Duke. It's an error from Emma Kato on that attack and he just goes outside. Service there, good pick from Duke. Ball goes to Alan. It's a dump, but John Joel is able to keep it in play. And this time it's a free ball. Ball goes to Duke, high off the hands, and he gets that point off Martin's hands there. It's the first pipe attack that we are seeing from the side of Spotters from Duke. Service there. In Makato, there's a touch there from Moses. I think that ball seemed to be going out. Makato is bringing in that heat, of course, and it's rare for a left-handed player to be going on the line when they're attacking from four, but he's able to do that, and of course, I think that is from experience as well. Ace service from Ndejje, and that is the second ace service we are seeing from their side. Tough play there for Alan. Of course, you could see he was ready, but he just missed that ball a little bit. Good service, really good service. This time he chooses to go overhead. And ball goes to Jonathan. He comes in very hard, high off the fingers there. Takes advantage of Emma Kato and gets that point. Alan is serving. Of course, we are back level 10-10. Spotters didn't allow Ndejje to actually take the lead longer than 1 point. Duke, good attack there from Duke on the side of Spotters. Moses is getting the middles going, Sam and Emma, and almost at all times when Duke goes out to attack, he's just having one block there. And we can see Ndejje has called a timeout, the first timeout of this game. And this is where they tend to actually lose it. The lead just, the team just starts to run away from them here. Service from Sam. Did that ball go over? No. The referee thinks that was an error from Chitosi. And this is an unexpected error, an error you don't want to make when you've just from a timeout and the reception is there. The setter has sent that ball out. But we can see that Emma didn't really commit on the middle. He knew that that ball was going to Chitosi and he just goes outside immediately because we haven't seen Adupa coming in. That is an ace service from Samuel Ngwau. Very good service there. Goes to the corner, and Chitosi thought that was going out, but it's on court. I mentioned earlier that Sam is one of those. Chitosi sends that ball. Sam picks it up as a free ball, and Moses just goes to Jonah behind on the right side, and Jonathan gets that point as well. I could tell you Jonathan seems to be very comfortable where he's playing right now compared to how we saw him against Nemo Stars. He seemed to be a little bit uncomfortable playing in a receiver attack position, but we can see today he seems to be enjoying having a good time in that opposite position. Again, Sam brings in that hit, but this time the catch is good. Very quick set there for Adupa, and he gets that point. I think it's the first set that we are seeing going to Adupa in this set. And we can see Emokia had not really 100% committed on him, and he's able to get that point. Service from Emma Kato. So it is a free ball, a little bit of misset there. And Adupa again comes in very hard. I think that is going to stick to Emma's mind. He might have to commit to him now. And I think that is what the setter is looking for. Service from Jonathan. Emma Kato is shut down by Emma and Duke on that block there. Good block from them. Very good connection there, especially him coming in the middle. He went soft. I think he went soft on that attack. I think he thought there was no block there, but he is just brought down. Good waiting from Adupa on that ball. See the scores, of course, at some point. Ndejje had a great start, but they lost it there when Sam was serving. That service just brought them down. And good attack. The Scottish passing has now gotten better. The middles are just coming in and out, moving, attacking those balls. We are barely seeing the outside attackers because the passing has gotten so much better. And we can see that Ndejje is struggling to block the middles there. It's time to be shorter and see how to get that point. And that was Fairuz there. Good play. Ball goes to Alan, gets the hands there off Fairuz and Martin, and Scottish just edges closer and closer to taking away this set as well. And I can tell you the scores are 22-16 at the moment. And Ndejje is now calling the second time out of this set. Things are just a little bit hot there. They just keep losing that lead more and more. Because Sport is just looking for 2 points here to get this set, and you see substitution coming in there for Moses. Julius is coming on court, and Alan is going back to the service box. And Ndejje also making a substitution. I think this is a block substitution. They want to bring in a very high block on their side, so they are making that substitution. And that ball just goes out from Alan's service. Of course, it is set point for Spotters, and Ndejje has and 18 points for Ndejje elites. Oh, these are not elites. I think the elites are the ladies. I'm messing up the things here. Of course, there's a substitution made there on the Ndejje side, and they're bringing in Wafula on the service. Good pick there from Alan. Julius just sent that ball to Duke, and he's blocked. But good defense there to end the set. Good defense, and that ball just goes back on the Ndejje side, and they don't play it up. So Ndejje started this set very, very well with fire, but of course they lost that lead at 11, where Spotters Sam just went and served them so many times, and they weren't able to get back from that. I think the start they had, they could still have it in this coming third set, and maybe give themselves a chance to push. But of course, the service pressure was really so much on them, and sometimes the middles couldn't go, and they would send a free ball back to the Spotters side, which was making it very difficult for them. And let's also not forget to mention the errors from the attacks, and those miscommunication and poor anticipation from the players as well. And then for the Spotters side, of course, we saw a few errors there on the net, and the ace services against them as well, and a little bit of miscommunication. But I think for them, they seem to be playing what they want to play here today. So they seem to be more comfortable than Ndejje. But let's wait for the third set and see. Could Spotters go away with just 3 clean points here? Or maybe Ndejje could still bring up a fight. And the third set is underway here at MTN Arena. And Sporters has just started with such an amazing play here. Of course, having a 3-0 lead, they've had such a wonderful start. But Ndejje is able to get a side out here in this set. And note the changes that have been made on the Ndejje side. We can see that shot number 19, that is the one and only for Makej, is starting this set. There's been a change there, and I think that is a change for block. But we can see an attack error there from Alan in position 2. Good pick from Ojangole. This time Moses tries Alan again, and Alan is able to get that point. I think Martin didn't expect that ball to go back to Alan in position 2, but the setter gives it to him again, and Emma Kato is unable to stop him. Ball goes to Jonathan. He can only just send it a little bit. And for Makech, doesn't get the hands there. He doesn't jump on that ball and is unable to get that point. And Spotters just increases their gap here by 3 points. Service error from Alan. Those are actually 2 errors coming in from Alan. He served well in the first set, but it's a wonder what is happening to him right now in the third set, where he needs to be psyched up and playing to just win the game. Duke comes in very hard, and that is an error from him. And Ndejje just closes that gap to 1 point, 5 for Spotters and 4 for Ndejje. Service Ojangole this time able to get that quite well. Jonathan is shut down by Fairuz there, and Ndejje is able to catch up this one. Good play from Fairuz, a good connection there with Martin, and they're able to just shut Jonathan down. And if you look at that swing, Jonathan just turned back in the block of Fairuz, and he was just really completely shut down. Eighth service for Ndejje, and they get that point. They are 2 points away. They've really moved from 3. They've really moved from 2 to 7 now, and they're bringing that service pressure. And Spotters needs to sort themselves and just take this set. Or Ndejje is pushing really, and this is what I was talking about. The third set is always the toughest set to play, and Jonathan is blocked again. This time Duke comes in, and there is a net touch there from the Ndejje side, but that was an attack error from Duke. Ball went swinging outside. And it is 6-7. Service from Spotters. He goes to Fairul and he gets that point. I can tell you the Ndejje side is really fired up for this set. They've had an amazing start here. Closing that gap as quickly as possible and then finally taking the lead as well. Martin is serving. The service error from him, that's just a way outside. So far away from the line there from him. And Spotters is now playing the chess game, chasing 1 point, while they had a good start, a good start with a 3 point lead, but they just quickly lost it. And again, sending them back to a 2 point, to 2 points down with Ndejje moving with a service error. Several errors coming in from the Spotters side. Good pick there from Alan. Emokia, very quick attack there from the middle, and he just puts that ball in the ground on the Spotters, for Spotters to just reduce that gap again. But there are several errors coming in from the Spotters side, and Ndejje seems to just be enjoying the start of this set as well. Tough pick there, and Happy has to set. But Fairul tries to come in so hard, but there's just a 3-man block there, and he's shut down quickly. Let's take a look again on that block. They are all waiting for him there, and he's shut down, and there's no one to just keep that ball in play. Good pick, ball goes to him again. And I think the setter is insisting on him because he's having Moses blocking him, the setter, so he has to send all those balls to Fairuz. And that's an attack error from Jonathan off the backcourt. It was an out of system set from the setter, and Jonah just sends that very out. And Ndejje is back in the lead. An overpass there from Alan. Take a look at the side of Spotters. They don't seem to be taking this set very seriously with the way they are starting. And Ndejje seems to be just enjoying serving hard, playing their game. And I think that is a good start for them to push themselves and see how to maybe get points from Spotters. This time it's a good pick. And Jonathan makes that point. He's able to give that side out on the Spotters side. Service there from Emma Okia. It's a dump, ball is kept alive, and Jonah comes in to set. Ball goes to Alan, and there's just a little too much heat on it, and Ndejje side can't keep it alive. And finally, Spotters is back level. Good defense there from Jonathan to keep it alive. Good attack from Emma Kato. Setter dump. Ball is watched closely. But that's an error from Emma Okia. I don't know who he was setting that ball for. I think he tried to send it back to the side of Moses since Alan was inside. But you can see the reaction from the coaches there. They're also a little bit surprised with that type of play. I think those are the type of sets that should go to the backcourt attacker. It's a good catch there from Alan. Ball goes to Jonathan, and he comes in very hard. He knows that he's having Emma on that side and chooses to go for the shorter block and is able to go through off the backcourt. Impressive attack there from him. Ball is kept alive, and set goes to Jonathan, and he's able to go through the hands there. You can see the setter had to send that ball to him and not back in four, because all the blockers would have expected that ball to go to four. But good effort for the Ndejje side to actually read it and try to catch up with Jonathan there. Service, good pick there from Fairuz. Ball goes to Emma Kato. Shut down. Good play there. He sends that ball very hard through the fingers on the block there, and gives his team a side out, and they're back on level with spotters. Good swing from him. And you can see he's playing as a receiver attacker at the moment, because they are having Komakech on for Chitosi. So Emma Kato has to step into the receiver attacking role. Is there a block touch there? The referee actually says that ball is on, but the Ndejje side seemed to think that ball had gone out. Good play from Jonathan. Now continue to mention that Jonathan seems to be having a good evening in that position of opposite. And we can see on that replay that ball is really inside. Jonathan is enjoying the evening playing as opposite. He seems to be really, really calm on it. Sam has to say, but this time he is shut down, and that is why Komakech is on court, to bring in that high block and just shut down the attacker that is killing their team at the moment, and that is Jonathan. And it's a good block there, but that seemed to be Martin's job. That is from Emma Kato. So Jungle Duke just goes out on that one again, but there's a net of violation there from the Ndejje side, and that's just a free point for the Scottish side, really. Yes, very clear net touch there. Good eyes from the referee. Net touch there from Martin, and he seems to be calling that ball out. Good service. It's a good point there. I think Emma here seems to not be really fully committing on his middles, but you can see the game is getting into those late points, and we are still moving point per point here for both sides. And substitution is coming in from Ndejje. Good pick from Alan. Jonathan. Oh, good block there, but unfortunately just goes out. There's so much from that attack, and that ball just goes wide. Adupa seemed to be a little bit late on that block, so he was caught out of position at the time of attack. Jonathan serving, or this time he's able to just put it on court. Oh, block out from the Scottish side. Good play from Fairuz. He's also now going high off the hands, but he's having the setter blocking him there. So we know that John Joel is going to keep sending that ball out in four for him. A service error from Komakech there. Scottish is back from the lead. That ball is picked by Adufa. Again, this time Fairuz is brought down by Moses there. And I mentioned earlier that while Moses is a setter, he will just, at least before the evening ends, he will have that one block, and there it is. He's just got it against Fairuz. A good pick there from Ndejje. This time the setter tries to go to Emma, but not well read. And Alan comes in very hard. Komakech is just not there in cover, and that's a good spike, good push there from the setter. And this is where it gets very interesting now. Spotters has now come to these points, and they're now pushing the lead. And this is what we've been seeing all the sets. Ndejje is fighting and fighting, and when we get into those crucial moments and points, they're unable to just handle the heat. I think maybe that should come from their service. The setter needs to know which attacker can keep him in the game. And at this moment, their blocks are failing them. So if they are serving to them, they should be able to get that point as quickly as possible. Because if they send back a free ball, the block is struggling at the moment. And you can see Spotters is now pushing the lead into the most crucial points. Ndejje gets that side out, and good pick there. Ball goes to Emma. Good play there from Happy to keep that in play. But Duke is watching closely behind. High off the hands there from Alan, but Happy just keeps that alive. Emokia sends that. And again, it's a free ball, but that is an error, and that ball just goes out. That's an error from John Joel, and Ndejje seems to have an issue here. They are talking to the first referee. No, that ball seems to be outside from here. What a spike here from the backcourt. Good attack from him. Such an unexpected set, but he seemed to have been very ready for it, and he just pounds that one. And Ndejje seems to have been caught by surprise on that one. They were waiting for the middle to come in hard, but then it's just Duke that just brings that hit through the pipe. You can see that there are some few complaints from the Ndejje side, and the referee has given Ndejje a red card. And we all know what it means to get a red card here in volleyball, and that is an automatic point for the Spotters side. Does the referee give it? We can see that the scores seem not to be changing, but I think it's a point there for the Spotter side. Yes, when a team is given a red card, it's an automatic a point for the team. And we can see Emma Kato doesn't seem pleased with the referees. He seemed to have a complaint, and that card goes to him as a player and not the team. So that gives Spotters a 3 point, and they have 2 sets already here. They have 22 points. They have the 5-point lead now, so they just need 3 points. But what does this do to the team? How do you think this affects the team? I think they are chasing, and of course, one of the players, their go-to players, the leader of the team, has just gotten a red card. One of the players that has been making for them points. So of course, with that, we see a change coming in for the Ndejje side, and Vincent has just come on to replace Emma Kato. And of course, the youngster that has just come on makes that reception, but Ndejje doesn't get that point. And of course, this is, you can see the body language on the Ndejje side. They seem to just be done and are just waiting for this game to get to end, because uh, that is what happens when your player gets a red card there and the opponent is ahead of you and you're trying to catch up. It's very tough. But we can see the substitutions that have been made here. Double substitution. We see Chitosi has come on and Marial as well. And it's an attack error from Vincent. And it's a match point for Sporters Volleyball Club. Good play from Marial on that ball to keep his team in play and save the first set point against Sporters. The first match point. He'll save the first match point here. And Adupa is going into serve, and we've seen he's been a good server this evening. Very, very tough server, and has given Spotters that service pressure, that challenge. So let's see, maybe he could do something, but he just gives it away, and Spotters just takes this away. Very, very clean points for them. And they've seemed to enjoy this game, because Ndejje has not made the 20-point mark in any of the sets. So it's been a wonderful evening for Spotters, and not a very good evening on the Ndejje side. But they put up a fight. They tried to play well in the beginning of the set. They just only lost it in the middle there. But we are just going to have a little bit of a chat with the coach there and see what he thinks of this game, as well as that we are going to have a chat with the captains and see what they can say about this game, and what they felt, maybe, and especially about the red card. I would like to know how they felt about that, and what could have caused prompted them to have that red card. So I'll be with them in a minute, and let's see what they think. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I am here with Chitosi, and we saw the drama that happened at the end of the game here. And of course, I'm going to ask him about it to explain to us that reaction. Of course, them getting a red card while they were trying to push and get the set. And they had a good chance to actually come up. And the player that gets the red card is one of your most crucial players who you needed in that moment. So, what do you think about the general game and, of course, that moment as well?
uh, when the game is at hype, we expect emotions. You understand? So there was a big net. There was a big net, but the referee did not see. So in that moment, the player exchanged with the referee because he said, "You're enjoying the game. You're not watching." So the referee felt, he's abused, and he gave a red card. It was not at this moment where the game is a late game and you're giving a red card because the player is complaining. You understand? Yeah, there are fouls that action is taking near here and is not seeing. You understand? So we have the chance, we have the authority to go to the referee because we are playing. If we are not here, they cannot be there. So we have to complain to them. So the reaction was bad to give a red card straight. You would have called the captain. You understand? Yeah.
And I want you to talk a little bit about how that affected your team because while watching, we saw that maybe they had a chance to actually push through because you've been playing this game and you start well, but then in the middle there are just a little bit of issues, and then Spotters was taking the lead. So, what exactly was happening, really?
Uh, Actually, this game we had one issue. We played with one setter. We couldn't make any substitution. Our second setter is injured, so we have another international player that is on bench, and our setter is a Sudanese, so we couldn't bring him on court. So it affected us. Most times the setter is freezing, but we don't have any option to take him out. So we had to insist and play with him till the last of the game.
Okay, I had luck with that game, but thank you so much for speaking to us. Yes, and of course, I'm going to go to the Spotters side and see how they enjoyed this game so far. They seem to have had fun. They've gone away with 3 points and very, very good point ratio here with Ndejje not hitting the 20-point mark. So let's get to the captain and see what he's saying as well. I am here with Ojangole. He's representing the captain or Team Dickens. And of course, Ojangole, you've had a wonderful evening, good points, good play. But I want you to take me through the reception, the passing, since you're a libero. Of course, I saw there was a struggle here on the reception at the start of the sets. Actually all the three sets you struggled a little bit there. I saw Alan struggle, and then of course the free balls. And how was the game generally, really?
Thank you, Shamira. Uh, First of all, I want to thank the team. Thank you for the win, and also we thank our fans. Thank you for coming to support us. Uh, First of all, I will sum up the game. We started by receiving very well. Okay, our strategy was first to receive, and we execute. Most errors, the errors that we made, we didn't so much take it personal, but as a team, we try to encourage one another so that we can see how to improve on the passing. But nevertheless, uh, we have taken the win, and yeah, always the best team that defends and receives and attacks always wins.
And I think, do you think that you're planning to actually make a difference when they're passing? Because playing against Ndejje, of course, you're the bigger team here. We could see that you have your blockers, and maybe if the passing doesn't quite work out well, the attackers could try to execute. But do you think that maybe, as we saw when you played against Nemo Stars, it was the same thing that affected you, but of course you later won the game. So is there maybe Spotters planning to find a solution to that? Because you're going into the big games, you still have UC, you still have Elion. So what is your plan really?
Thank you for that question. It's a bit technical. True, the passing a little bit of it is a bit tricky, but what we're going to resolve it as we go for our training. We have encouraged ourselves that receiver attackers and liberos will have that session, because normally the coach gives us that time always. So basically, I see ourselves improving. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Ojangole. Congratulations once again, and have a lovely evening. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, and that is it from Ojangole as well. And it's been a lovely evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to say good night here. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on Wednesday.